I want to do a couple things today. First of all, I want to talk to you about entrepreneurship education, primarily in academia, what's going on and what isn't. We have a undergraduate and graduate level education for primarily Mendoza students, and what entrepreneurship really is who are these people? Who are entrepreneurs? And try to understand what their traits are, and just it's a sense of how these people think, why do they do what they do. And entrepreneurs, for the most part, are people that can see opportunity and then execute and make it happen. A lot of us think of really good ideas and say it's a really good idea and that go on with their day. A lot of entrepreneurs see an idea and say it's a really good idea and let's do something about it. And they do. So essentially, what is that? Secondly, what is opportunity recognition? How do you recognize opportunity? It's all around you. And once you see in your mind you think you have an opportunity, you do something called feasibility analysis. Feasibility analysis is primarily a marketing and competitive analysis. So is there, for your idea, your product or service, is there a market big enough for you? And do you have something that people are willing to pay for that's better than what's out there in the marketplace at this point in time? And we do that through feasibility, which I think is one of the most important parts of the effort is proving. And the answer to feasibility analysis is what? Yes or no. And so in the end, by having that skill set of learning how to do that, you're going to hopefully, in hockey they call it narrowing the angle. On a power play, the goalie generally moves out into the just down a little bit further. There we go. No, it's too low. How's that? Okay. And the reason he does that, it narrows the chance of failure of being scored on. We try to do that in business, and I think that's the feasibility analysis. Is really that is the most important part of this. Then we help you develop a business plan, which is a feasibility analysis plus your financials, pro formas. You're going to prove to yourself 2 or 3 years out that you've created a sustainable business, one that will last from year to year. And then we work on the launch basic strategy. Once you've got all this put together, how do I get this thing going? And we do that in a number of ways. So here at the Gigot Center University, our sense is you need all of the things that a business school teaches you. You need to know accounting, you need to know finance, you need to know marketing, IT, management, and all those skill sets that we teach here at the school are vital towards your being a success in the business world. So in our case, is once you've had, the process is education is hey, it is possible for you to start a business. A lot of people, I can't do that. But by taking our courses, in the end, you're going to find out that at some point in your life, you may be put in a position where that's the only thing you can do is start your own business. So, greatest sense possible. We do 3 things in our mission. First one is to educate. The second, as you can see, is to help launch. And the third is social entrepreneurship. When you look at the faculty of the Gigot Center, we have many, many people that are involved in the courses we feel are necessary. And so these are our faculty. Most of us are practitioners that have been out there and done that. And we have a really wonderful group of people who know what they're doing. In undergraduate courses, if you look here, we have a number of undergraduate courses, obviously. We just instituted, as of this week, a minor in entrepreneurship within the College of Business, Mendoza College of Business. So we had a major, and that major will continue until 2017, and from that point on we'll have strictly a minor. And the point of the minor is we feel we can draw in more students to take our courses and spread the opportunity across a greater cross-section of Mendoza students, and hopefully at some point the whole university. So these are some of the courses that we have. If you go down through this, for the minor, you need 15 credit hours to get your minor. And it would be nice, employers, when they look at a resume and they see you have a finance major and an entrepreneurship minor, they go, well, this is a really good idea because you now have the basics of how to, you have a pretty good sense of how to start new businesses within a current business, or entrepreneurship. So we think this is a really good change. We did a survey in the past as to how many out there would want to take, Laura Hollis over here did this, how many people were interested in taking our entrepreneurship courses? And this essentially we saw is the yes was about 20 students, and no from whatever subset that was, or set was. 105 said no, they don't want to do it. If it's a major. Now, if it's a minor, how many students here would be interested in taking our courses? And you can see now that we have yes, is a far larger group of folks that would be interested in doing this. So this is, we ask, we listen, we make changes. Change is what we do as business people. Lou Holtz, our former football coach, always said that the only person who loves change is a wet baby. And it's true, but this is our job as executives and business people, is to teach the folks we work with the importance of change and how it helps your organization stay sustainable. You want a job every year, job satisfaction. You know, the four things we're in business to do is to become competitive, stay competitive, earn above average returns, do it ethically and legally. And that's why we go to businesses. That's the sole reason you should start your business. You may say, well, I love doing this or I love doing that. That's great, but you can't lose track of the fact that those are the cardinal rules of what we're doing. And that's what we believe in. So the minor begins next academic year, 15 credit hours, limited at this point to Mendoza had science business too. MBA concentration, we have for all of our MBAs, they can get a concentration in entrepreneurship, or they can just take our courses and have a concentration in finance or whatever. These are courses that we have currently in our curriculum. It's always changing as we get new ideas. There's a program here called the STEAM, Engineering, Science, Technology, Excellence, and Entrepreneurship Master's Program, which is held over in Innovation Park. And what our job as a Gigot Center is to supply the faculty from Mendoza to teach the courses that STEAM needs for the business courses. So I teach a strategy and entrepreneurship course over there for them. And what STEAM does is essentially we're teaching our students how to commercialize research that comes from the university. So it's a commercialization course more than anything else. The ideas are brought to our students. The students do the work on it. They have a thesis to defend at the end of the year. Very interesting. There's some amazing stuff coming out of there. Launching. The other things we do at the university is launching update that we have. We have the Irish Entrepreneurs Network. There are about 400 men and women who are very successful business people and entrepreneurs that are there to help you. They also act as mentors, and they act as judges for a McCloskey Business Plan Competition, which is being held this week. If you have the time, on Friday between 10 to 12, we have our venture fair. There are 40 startup businesses that are presenting their ideas and products and services over at the new Stayer Center. And you're really worth your time to go and see. And also at 1:30 in the afternoon on Friday, we have the presentation of the top 6 finalists in the business plan competition. So Irish Entrepreneur Network's available. McCloskey Business Plan Competition, as we just talked about. We had 148 applications this year. 237 judges participated in judging this. It's all done with our Irish Entrepreneur Network. That's been judged down now to 12 businesses, of which 40% are social ventures, which is really good. And we have somewhere around $294,000 of prize money in the form of cash and in kind that will be awarded on Friday. So if you have anything going on this week, or you have some time, both of those would be really worth your time. And as an added bonus, there's an NFL program going on here, and the NFL players will be at the Venture, Brady Quinn, those folks will be at the Venture Fair, and they'll also be here for the afternoon event. I don't think they're taking autographs, but that's all right. Startup Weekend was held a weekend ago, I think the 5th of April. It's you start on Friday afternoon, and by Sunday you have a business up and running. Anybody here been involved in the Startup Weekend? If you don't, next year, think about it. It's a lot of fun. You have a number of people who will present their ideas. We had 100 people, I think, show up this year, and you can choose to be on a particular team. And you start, like I say, Friday afternoon, and if you don't want to sleep, you don't sleep. By Sunday, you're up, you've got a business running, mostly mobile apps at this point, but it's a great deal of fun. Lots of mentors. You'll never go hungry because there's way too much food there, and it's really great fun. We have entrepreneurs in residence. Esteem runs that program, by We have 36 entrepreneurs in residence today. 2 of them are in-house, the rest of them are virtual. So you need help in starting your business, we're more than happy to introduce you to any one of our entrepreneurs in residence. And why not? What you're tapping into is years and years of wisdom of people that have been there, done that. And why make mistakes when you don't have to? They'll help you, guide you. They do this because they want to see you succeed as entrepreneurs. We have a funding advisory service now. We've got a database of about 400 funds. Each one of those funds are classified from seed capital all the way to the venture capital and banks and other major sources of money. We know who they are, where they live, what they invest in, how much they'll invest in your business. Are they Notre Dame graduates? If they're Notre Dame graduates, when did they graduate? What residence hall were they in? We know a lot. We've got a lot of information on these folks. So when you started your business and you need money, we can at least make that process a whole lot simpler than it is right now. It's sort of, where do I find this money? And you have to do it yourself. Well, we can help you do that. And the Irish Angels was founded last July. We have Irish Angels is a separate branch of the university. It's not connected to the university in any way, but it's founded by our Irish Entrepreneur Network, and under those folks. We have 65 men and women who are angel investors. 4 times a year, you can go through a funding presentation. You go in there, you present your business, and hopefully there'll be some folks there, individuals that will invest in your business. We have an office in Chicago. We use the Notre Dame's Executive MBA classroom for our forums, investment forums. So go to irishangels.com and you get a whole lot of information. It's totally ROI based. They're there to make money. Internships, we now have internships during primarily MBA at this point, but we're adding more of them, where you go spend 8 days with a VC or private equity executive and shadow them. We have 1 summer VC PE internship right now where a person will spend the entire summer as an intern at our expense working for a venture capital, working at a venture capital company, shadowing the head, the managing partner. Finally, on social entrepreneurship, we do a lot of things. We have social for undergraduates, we have social entrepreneurship and micro-venturing certificate program. It's kind of like a minor, but not quite the credits, but it helps you understand how, in social entrepreneurship, as we define it, is 3 things. It's a sustainable business. It can be for-profit or not-for-profit. So you have to have a business model that is sustainable, that makes money. Second, it has to have a social component. Thirdly, it has to have a positive impact on the environment. And an example of that, we started out here, is Better World Books. Better World Books is a for-profit corporation. 10% of its revenues go towards literacy education in the United States and international. And all those books that would have gone to the landfill now go to a library that needs it. So those types of businesses, it's called a B Corp now. And so a whole new IRS tax treatment for it. It's pretty good. Summer internships, we send students to these countries all over the world. Essentially, they act as consultants to the NGOs, non-governmental organizations, and charities to help them learn how to run their businesses better. You may not think that you know enough to do that, but you'd be surprised when you go and work with these folks that the knowledge you have is very valuable to them. And it allows them to do a better job of servicing the constituency that they've chosen. So, what else we got? We also work with Catholic Charities in the U.S. with a boot camp we're starting this summer. Irish Impact Conference, which is we do this every September now. It brings together practitioners, faculty, and students to discuss the latest state of what's occurring in social entrepreneurship. We work with Robinson Community Learning Center, and I guess the big idea or something we're looking forward to is the possibility of creating what we call a Master's in Social Entrepreneurship based on the ACE program, Alliance for Catholic Education. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow at our advisory board meeting and see if there's a way we can raise the necessary funds to make it happen. Our staff, this is the 5 of us that work together, all 18, great people. It's like a machine out there. I feel like I'm left out right now. They're doing so well at the business plan competition. And I said, what can I do to help? He said, sit there and look pretty and talk. And I said, well, I can talk. The other part, I don't think I can do. So they're great people. Never be afraid to come out and talk to us. If you have a question, email us. We've got more than happy to sit down and share with you what we know and to try and help answer your questions. That's Gigot Center, and that's pretty much what you're seeing around the country these days and around the world as far as entrepreneurship and education. That's it.
Thank you. As I said, Gigot Center is up on the second floor, so step on by. Be more than happy to talk to you.
We're moving downstairs and you'll executive ed for, I think, in August. So
More instruction.
you won't have to climb the stairs.